Hey everyone, welcome back to Web3 Deep Dive Podcast. I'm here on location in Denton, Texas at the Core Scientific Mining Facility, the Bitcoin mining facility to be exact. We've got a little bit of wind, some Bitcoin mining going on behind us, so it's a bit loud, but I'm so excited for today's interview. Today I'll be speaking with Senator Ted Cruz. We'll be talking all about his thoughts on Bitcoin, the new Crypto for Cruz campaign. As you guys can see, I'm here on location where Senator Cruz just gave a talk about the Crypto for Cruz campaign. So we're going to learn more about that in this interview. Let's get straight to it. Hi, Senator Cruz. It's such a pleasure to be speaking with you here today.
Rachel, great to be with you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. So Senator Cruz, we are here at the Core Scientific Data Center, and you are talking about the Crypto for Cruz campaign. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, listen, I am incredibly proud to stand with Bitcoin miners and the entire crypto community. You know, Texas has really become an oasis for Bitcoin mining and for crypto. And we see people coming from all over the country, all over the world to Texas. And in the U.S. Senate, I have been the leading advocate for Bitcoin and crypto for a long, long time. Today, I was very proud to be endorsed by the Texas Blockchain Council. And we're seeing Bitcoin miners, we're seeing the crypto community coming together and supporting my campaign and supporting my campaign financially, going to tedcruz.org, making contributions. We take Bitcoin and supporting it, joining a coalition and speaking out to others involved in crypto. Look, in order for Bitcoin and crypto to continue to thrive, the government's got to leave it the hell alone. And sadly, there are a lot of voices in Washington that want to destroy Bitcoin. Elizabeth Warren wants to eliminate Bitcoin. Gary Gensler wants to destroy Bitcoin. And we need leaders who'll stand up and defend your freedom, defend your financial freedom. Look, Elizabeth Warren hates Bitcoin for the same reason Communist China does, because she can't control it. That's exactly why I support Bitcoin. I don't want the government to be able to control your finances and your life.
Right, exactly. And I saw a tweet that you sent out about how the Democrats may, quote unquote, hate Bitcoin because they can't control it.
Yeah.
Can you elaborate a little bit on that, or?
Well, sure. We've seen incredible animosity to Bitcoin coming from the far left. Now, look, we saw that in Communist China, where the Chinese government banned Bitcoin because they want to have total control over their citizens' financial affairs. They want to be able to cut off their citizens' finances if they're displeased with what they say or do. Here in the United States, the advocates of big government, whether you're talking about Elizabeth Warren or Gary Gensler, whether you're talking about Kamala Harris or Joe Biden, or whether you're talking about my opponent, Colin Allred, the far left wants power, and they want power over your finances. So, for example, you see a number of folks on the far left of the Democrat Party pushing a central bank digital currency. I think that would be absolutely disastrous. I've introduced legislation to prohibit the federal government from ever creating a central bank digital currency. I don't want the Fed trying to compete with Bitcoin, trying to put Bitcoin out of business. And look, you look back at the very beginning of the Biden-Harris administration. Their first big signature legislation was called Build Back Better, although I called it Build Back Broke. You know, one of the elements of that bill, as they wrote it, was a requirement that banks report to the federal government every single financial transaction you make of $400 or more. That is lunacy. That is literally every rent payment, every mortgage payment, every car payment. That is a desire of Big Brother, or in the case of Janet Yellen, the Treasury Secretary, Big Sister, wanting to know every single financial transaction you make. I don't want government to have that power. If they have that power, they will abuse that power. And listen, we're seeing a stark contrast. You know, the crypto community, the Bitcoin mining community, is enthusiastically supporting Donald Trump. Why? Because Trump is going to protect freedom. And Kamala Harris is a fellow traveler with Elizabeth Warren and those that want to shut Bitcoin down. There's a reason people are coming to Texas. Because Texas, we protect freedom, we believe in entrepreneurship, and we also have abundant, low-cost energy, and that's critical for Bitcoin mining.
Definitely. What are your thoughts on the Core Scientific Data Center Bitcoin mining facility here?
It is incredibly impressive. It is a massive facility. They're doing an enormous amount of mining, and we're seeing Bitcoin mining coming in all over the state of Texas. There are a lot of reasons for this. Number one, this is a state, it's a common sense state. It's a state with low taxes, with low regulations. It's a state that was built by entrepreneurs. You know, you look at the history of Texas. We were formed by a bunch of wildcatters. They were guys with fourth grade educations who began drilling holes in the ground. And one after the other, they became the richest men on earth. And that's the ethos of Texas, is anyone can accomplish anything. This is a state that lionizes entrepreneurs and small business owners. And that's exactly what the mining community is. Listen, I'm very bullish on Bitcoin, and it's not just theoretical. I also have skin in the game. I'm an investor in Bitcoin. And I actually own 3 Bitcoin miners. Right now, my miners are in Iran, Texas. That's with 2 A's out in West Texas, so not the crazies in the Middle East, in West Texas. And my miners are hashing right now. Now, I joked after seeing Core Scientific's wall of thousands and thousands of miners, my 3 felt pretty pitiful. But I am proud to be contributing to the resiliency of Bitcoin, and also very much having my own skin in the game.
Right. I did an interview with Kevin O'Leary. He said the best way to own Bitcoin is to mine Bitcoin yourself.
Absolutely.
So I love that you actually have 3 Bitcoin mining facilities in Texas.
I am very excited, and I look to have more.
Yeah, wonderful. Great. So if you are reelected as the Senator of Texas, how will you ensure that Bitcoin mining will kind of improve and advance moving forward?
Well, my number one priority in the Senate for 12 years has been jobs. It's jobs, jobs, jobs. It's laser focused on jobs. Why? Because jobs are the top priority of Texans, every part of the state, from East Texas to West Texas, from the Panhandle down to the Valley. Texans want jobs. We want more jobs. We want higher wages. We want better opportunity for our kids and grandkids. You know, for more than a decade, over 1,000 people a day have moved to the state of Texas. When I was first elected 12 years ago, there were 26 million Texans. Today, there are over 30 million Texans. You know, there's a satirical headline in the Babylon Bee that says Texas is building a wall on its southern border consisting of nothing but discarded one-way U-Haul trucks from California. And there's a lot of truth to that. People are coming because they want freedom. Bitcoin miners are coming to Texas because Texas protects your freedom. Because Texas, look, the one thing Texas knows better than anything else is energy. And we have abundant energy. And if you look at the radicals on the left that want to shut down Bitcoin mining, one of the main criticisms they level is they say it consumes too much energy. Well, one of the things I've tried to work to explain is that that's actually a benefit for the electricity grid. Look, it's very difficult to store electricity. Our technology is not nearly as good as it should be for storing electricity. And so for the grid, you need to have electricity production and consumption very nearly matched. The problem is you have emergencies that hit. You have weather emergencies. It either gets very, very hot or very, very cold. And when that happens, you can see demand surge, and with some regularity, demand surges at the same time that production drops. So if you have a freeze, say, you can have windmills. Texas is the #1 producer of wind energy in America, but windmills can freeze and not generate any power during a bad storm. Solar panels, if the sun isn't shining, can stop generating energy. And so what Bitcoin mining enables you to do is these miners here, they can be turned off in 1/10 of a second, which means it can free up an enormous amount of electricity during an emergency that can go to heat people's homes or cool people's homes. It can go to hospitals or nursing homes. And so I think of Bitcoin mining as really a battery, a way to store electricity, and it's a reservoir to enhance the resiliency of the grid. That's good for the state of Texas. I also want to see more Bitcoin miners in Texas. I want to see everyone coming. You know, Florida's competing with us, and Florida, Miami is trying to be very attractive to Bitcoin miners. I think that's great. I'm a big believer in competition. I also think Texas is going to win, but that competition is going to make us both better.
That's a wrap for today's interview with Senator Ted Cruz. Clearly, Senator Cruz is very pro-Bitcoin, very pro-crypto, and I'm so excited to see what's in store next with, the crypto-friendly regulation that he has in store for us. Thank you guys for joining, and I'll see you next time. Thanks to JTX Media for the video and audio production behind this podcast, based out of Austin, Texas. Please be sure to subscribe, like, and share. I'll see you guys next time.